I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
What do you do with your hands if you have to give a speech? We're going to learn from Will Ferrell on exactly what to do. It turns out Will Ferrell is an actor, a really good actor. But when you see him in real life on talk shows, he comes across with tremendous poise and confidence. We can learn 5 key principles of what to do with your hands just by watching Will Ferrell. Let's take a look. Notice how most of the time when he's listening, his hands are just down by his side. They're not in his crotch, but they're just in his lap, on his knees. Nothing nervous, no fidgeting, none of that. He just seems completely relaxed. Only when he starts to speak do the hands move.
I can shoplift, I can just do whatever because of Elf. Yeah.
That could be a fun project for us.
Slapping his own knee to sort of show the absurdity of it. Again, totally in sync with his message and the fun they're having.
Anonymous bidder bought it for $300,000.
What?
It turns out Will Ferrell knows exactly what to do with his hands. He came across with incredible poise and confidence throughout this entire interview. But nobody came up to him afterwards and said, "Wow, I love the way your hands moved in this interview." No. But keep in mind, it wasn't that his hands were professional and held down low. No, his hands were moving the whole time. One of the biggest myths out there is that you need to somehow keep your hands restrained when trying to look professional. Will Ferrell looked professional, in part because he knew to move his hands the whole time.
Hello, J. Crew.
So here are the 5 key lessons you can learn on what to do with your hands from Will Ferrell. Number 1, if you're just listening to someone, it's perfectly fine to have your hands down by your side, on your knee, in your lap. You don't have to move your hands when you're just listening to someone. Number 2, don't make any awkward signs with your hands. There are some politicians in Europe, notably Angela Merkel, who would always stand like this, as if she didn't know what to do with her hands. It looks ridiculous. There are some American politicians who got in the habit of doing this because some consultant said, "Don't ever point, you'll offend somebody." Well, nobody in real life ever walks around with their thumbs smashed down over their fingers. That looks weird. You don't have to do new, weird stuff with your hands. Do what you do all day long when you're speaking. By the way, have you ever felt awkward when it comes to speaking, presenting, or being in a media interview, and you didn't know what to do with your hands? Did you think about putting them down or in your pocket or something like that? If so, you're not alone. Post in the comments section if you've ever felt awkward during a speech, a presentation, or a media interview and didn't know what to do with your hands. Number 3, keep your hands empty. Sometimes people think, "Oh, I'll be nervous, so why don't I hold a bunch of papers?" Well, it looks weird to be holding papers when you're standing up and speaking or presenting or in a media interview. And it's a lot easier to notice the paper shaking. So no, don't hold papers in your hands. The other thing is a pen. Well, I want to hold a pen because I'll feel more comfortable. Guess what? You won't look comfortable to your audience. You want to project the idea that you are comfortable to your audience, so keep your hands free. And no, you absolutely, positively cannot put your hands in your pockets when you're speaking. That will make you look stiff and weird and uncomfortable. Lesson 4, and this is really the most important lesson. The key to coming across comfortable when you're speaking and you don't know what to do with your hands is to do what you do all day long when you are comfortable and confident and talking to someone. Your hands move. Every culture, it's not just Italians, it's not just excited people, everyone everywhere moves their hands when they speak. If you doubt me, go to a noisy sports bar, put some earplugs in, don't listen to anyone, and just look. You will see people in conversations moving their hands constantly. Now, if you want to know how you're coming across, then just take your cell phone, maybe put it on the other side of the room, and record yourself when you're having a conversation with friends or family. Try not to think about the camera, but then look at it afterwards. And what you're going to notice is your hands are moving the whole time you speak. That's what human beings do. We are hardwired to move our hands when we speak. Don't fight it. It's a huge myth that you shouldn't move your hands when you're trying to come across as professional, or if it's an important presentation. You do want your hands to move. By the way, a lot of people around the world still feel uncomfortable with this. So they come to me at the High Stakes Presenter. We have a program for this, not just to help you with your hand movement, but with all of your body language for every aspect of your presentation. And we video record you again and again and again, either in person or on Zoom. So you get used to looking at what you're doing with your hands, and you build a comfort level. So if you think that might be something that could help you gain confidence even faster, then go to the link below in the description to the High Stakes Presenter and check that out, and you might find it's quite helpful. Number 5, your hand motion has to be integrated into all of your body language. So when your hands are doing one thing, your head's got to move, your body's got to move the right way. If you really want to learn how to get complete control over all of your body language anytime you're presenting or speaking to the media, then you really need to watch this video right now. Hey, thanks for joining me today. If you like this video, please actually like it. Click the like button, subscribe, and get the notifications. See you next time.